Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready. And off we go from Nashville. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Purdy going to the air right away. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
2nd and 9. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
And this one is right through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Throwing to start the drive. Ward. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. Really good coverage all over the field, and it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun, Ward. Left side complete to Lockett. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 more there and another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Tyler Lockett, 25 yards. And the Titans have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, the head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete. He shook it. Oh, he knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on. The receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Here's 2nd and 10. Purdy bootlegging it. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And let's face it, what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Purdy. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
This is Jennings. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8. Purdy looking to throw. And this is caught. Jennings. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. McCaffrey following the penalty. And the 2nd wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6. Got his man, Okonkwo. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because Number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throw right side, caught by Ridley. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 8. As they've got it as we resume action. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Ward. It's caught. Lockett. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 yards there, just like last play.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That'll be complete to Okonkwo. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Tony Pollard taking it in from a yard out. And the Titans are able to add on to that lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Niners set to take over on offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Out of the gun, Purdy. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Now, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Up the gut, McCaffrey. L'Jarius Sneed up to make the play defensively.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Purdy now to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Draymond Jones able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. The Titans now just about ready to take over. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Jair Brown on the stop there.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Ward from the gun on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They go play action here on first down. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Back to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a fourth down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Pollard. Breaks a tackle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. The tight end in motion right. Back to throw. Ward. And he'll just get rid of it.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. How about the defensive stand here from first and goal, 3 straight incompletion?
Yeah, I think people are wondering why didn't they try and run it at least once in there. But once the first incompletion happened, it's almost like they were committed to throwing the ball from then on out.
Sly able to put this one through, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible. And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now a 2nd and 10. In motion, the tight end. Throwing here, Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 7. Purdy from the gun. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with a 17-3 cushion already, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 8. This one caught by Ridley. Ward, a final shot before break, and that's incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. Ward now throwing to start the drive. That's complete. It's Josh Wiley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 2. Off the bootleg. Ward. Out to the right. He gets it to Lockett. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Off play action. Ward. Returning right back to Lockett. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Off the play fake. Ward. Throw here taken in by Wiley, the tight end. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. 3rd and 7 now.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's down the field for Jefferson. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. There was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Taken in at the 22. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Purdy. A throw left side for Pearsall is complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Two yards to go, 2nd down. McCaffrey running up the middle. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Purdy looking to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Shotgun now with Purdy. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Purdy off the play fake. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jawan Jennings that time, and now it's 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for some.
Give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Ward. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Looking to throw. Ward. That's to the tight end, Wiley. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
2nd and 6. Cockrell holds it in left side. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line. Back to throw. Ward. That's dumped off to Pollard. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Pollard diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is up to 18 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
2nd and 10 coming up here in Nashville. 3rd quarter action. Purdy will set up to throw it here. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Gets around him. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Back to throw, Purdy. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
2nd and a couple. Purdy now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jennings. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 37. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Well, another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Here's Purdy. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 13-yard line. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey
from a yard out.
And the 49ers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Ward. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Kyle Shanahan doesn't care much for that last call, so out comes the red challenge flag.
The Titans on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And the Niners get there and bring him down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10.
At the 40. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards for number 11. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
Now Purdy.
Connects with Kittle underneath. It'll be a gain of 5. And that will bring up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Throwing here, Purdy. Got a man, that's Ayuk.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Out of the gun, Purdy. He's got Ayuk once again.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
42 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
McCaffrey diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
Boy, we talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. McCaffrey, he'll try to run it in, but he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Off play action. Ward.
That'll be complete to Okonkwo.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A nice throw from the rookie out of Miami, and it's going to be good for a first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Second down, Pollard again.
It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Looking to throw. Ward.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Titans first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Again to Calvin Ridley, and he's got it once more.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. Off the play fake. Ward. He hits his target, Lockett. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved.
And it's a Titans touchdown.
Chigakonkwo
From 3 yards out.
And the Titans are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead.
They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the fourth quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10.
At their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And a catch made by his tight end, Luke Farrell.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Purdy. That's complete to Pearsall.
7 yards there and a first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Purdy looking to throw. This complete right side to the tight end, Farrell.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
From just shy of midfield,
Purdy.
good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Shotgun now with Purdy.
Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on second down.
Purdy. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now first and goal. Throwing, Purdy.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal?
Purdy to throw.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession. That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. The noise deafening. Fourth and goal. To throw is Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Pollard, he'll take it up the gut.
And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Third down and 6.
Back to throw. Ward.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on third down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, standing just outside his own goal line. Let's take it inside his own 40. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over.
So Purdy and the Niners
down by 12. 30 seconds to go. It's a tall order, but they do begin with decent field position on first down.
Here's Purdy.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And despite the cold, despite the snow, this one was fun to watch, and I want to thank you for bringing two things, the space heater and the hot chocolate. Those were a big help for us here in the booth.
Yeah, just so you know, in the future, get your own space heater. Okay, I'm an only child. I don't share very often. But this had to bring out, like, the 12-year-old in us, didn't it? I mean, to be able to watch this, and let's face it, when you were that age, you didn't come inside until Mom screamed, "Get inside now, young man," because you wanted to be out there just having a good time, and actually you almost forgot just how cold it was. I'm sure these guys didn't, but they ended up playing just like those 12-year-olds and getting it done.
That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.